I am VIKRAM PANDIT, Chief Executive Officer of Citigroup. I was sitting next to Noel Latif. Citi and Foreign Policy Association go back a long time together, and it is my pleasure to be here with you today as a co-chairman of this dinner. This is an important organization with an influential voice in shaping foreign policy discussions. And we at Citi are a global institution with presence in more than 100 countries, and we serve more than 20 million clients. We're proud to be a member of FPA, and we're proud to have a chance to be part of their discussions on global policy. We have an important responsibility to represent our clients' interest in these discussions, and the FPA provides an important venue to achieve that goal. There is no shortage of important decisions to be made. These are uncertain times. In many ways, they are unprecedented times, and they are times that call for strong and principled leadership from our government officials. Each year, the FPA presents its Foreign Policy Medal to a world leader of this caliber. It is a prestigious award. It honors those who demonstrate responsible internationalism and expand awareness of public policy and public policy issues that impact international affairs. Tonight's recipient of Foreign Policy Medal is SHEILA BAIR, Chairman of the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation. SHEILA has led the FDIC during its most crucial time in history, and she has proven herself as a strong leader by helping to create stability in the financial services system during this crisis. She was a strong advocate for the provision in the federal government's financial rescue bill to provide FDIC insurance limits on deposits and provide FDIC guarantees on funding. I believe these actions were critical to providing additional liquidity to banks and to help depositors feel safe and confident during a volatile moment. SHEILA was also one of the first government officials to publicly say that more needed to be done to restructure troubled mortgages, and has long advocated direct assistance to homeowners through loan modifications. Over the last few months, I've heard from a number of families and homeowners that Citi has kept in their homes. And I can tell you that there is a deep sense of gratitude for the policy decisions SHEILA has championed. No matter what the final form of the housing fix is, SHEILA's early recognition and commitment to the issue has kept hundreds of thousands of families in their homes. For that, she deserves our thank and praise. The Washington Post has said SHEILA is someone who is principled and blunt without being confrontational. And from personal experience, I assure you this is all true. It is also why I have such great respect and admiration for her. And in addition to her work in the government, she has served as a member of several professional and nonprofit organizations during her career, including Women in Housing and Finance and the Center for Responsible Lending. And with an eye to the next generation, she has published 2 financial education books for children, and I've got them here. Isabel's Car Wash, Rock, Brock, and the Saving Shock. Actually, these are pretty good, and I don't think they're only appropriate for children. SHEILA's stewardship of the FDIC exemplifies the promise of that institution to maintain the stability and public confidence in our financial system. But it is her personal character, principles, and compassion that epitomize what it means to be a true public servant. Sheila, because of your important contributions and for your dedication to the founding tenets of this organization, we honor you tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, it is with distinct pleasure that I present the 2009 Foreign Policy Medal to FDIC Chairman Sheila BAIR. This is fabulous. Wait a minute, wait. This is the right way. Terrific. Thank you very much. I think that's great. I'm going to take these.
Okay. Well, I tell you, when you receive an introduction like that, you just want to say thank you and sit down because it's hard to meet those expectations. Vikram, thank you very much. That was very kind of you. I've had a pleasure to get to know Vikram over the past year or so and work with him in some very unusual circumstances. And, I would like to say about Vikram and many of the others, CEOs who currently lead the large banking institutions in the United States right now. It's tough now to be the leader of a bank. It's people don't like banks right now. They're unhappy. They're lashing out. And unfortunately, there are a few that have been making some mistakes that have tainted everyone. But I think Vikram, like so many others, really is working so hard with such dedication to his institution to get it through a very, very difficult time. And so I think that should be recognized amidst all the criticism and public scrutiny. I think that the folks who are trying to do the right thing and lead their institutions and get loans restructured and do responsible lending and serve their communities and the economy should get some credit. I took the job at the FDIC in June of 2006, and it was still a very benign economic environment. And I thought my big issues were going to be whether Walmart should have a bank and debating capital standards in the Swiss Alps. But the warning signs were there then. And one of the first things I did, 2 weeks after I assumed office, I put a rule out with the full support of my board to raise everybody's premiums. And at that time, pretty much nobody was paying premiums for the deposit insurance. That we had a previous statutory framework, which basically, if you're a well-rated banking institution, you didn't have to pay premiums. And we'd gotten authority to start assessing premiums for everyone, and the idea was to start building up the fund during the good times so we could let it go down during bad times. So there were a lot of bankers that were unhappy with us when we did that, and we were hearing, well, gee, we haven't had a bank failure for 2 years. What do you need to raise premiums? And I'm glad we did it. We unfortunately didn't have enough time to build up the funds as high as I would have liked to have seen going into this challenging environment. And in point of fact, on Friday we're going to have to raise them again. I'll warn you all now. But I think it was wise that we did so. At the FDIC, we've tried to be prepared. We've tried to have been ahead of this, and really getting this award, it's really more about the agency and the job I have than me personally, because we have 5,000 wonderful people at the FDIC who have been working nonstop for a very long period now to prepare for this and now to deal with this as we go into an increasingly challenging environment. We had 25 bank failures last year. We've had 14 already this year, and there will be many more. And almost without exception, they have all been smooth, with the exception of IndyMac, where we had an accelerated situation because of some public scrutiny of that institution. We've been able to transfer these institutions to healthier hands virtually simultaneously with the closing. Insured depositors have had, for all institutions, have had uninterrupted access to their funds. And I think as we've gone experience with this and shown people that, yes, there will be some banks that fail, but it's really a non-event for you if your deposits are insured, has really done a lot, I think, to stabilize the banking system. We're going to be announcing our quarterly banking profile for the fourth quarter tomorrow. And I was sitting around with my staff earlier in the week saying, come on, okay, it was a tough quarter. That's no surprise to anyone. But, what can we say that's positive? And we've got to find something that's positive because there's just far too much doom and gloom around. And I think one of the positive things is that deposit growth was robust in the fourth quarter. insured deposits are stable. They're staying in the banks. They're providing funding for the banks to lend. And that really is a very, very important driver and source of support for our economy right now. I think the success of the FDIC model is one of the reasons why you have over 100 jurisdictions in the international community who have pretty much followed our model of providing a robust deposit insurance. You've seen jurisdictions, the UK for one, strengthen their deposit insurance models after they found out the hard way through Northern Rock that a weak deposit insurance system can be quite disastrous when public confidence becomes shaken in the world's banking systems. So I'm very proud of what the job that we've done. I knock on wood to hope that it continues. I think it will. Again, we have been preparing for this for some time. But I really do thank you for this award, but I really thank all the wonderful people at the FDIC who work there and have been working so hard to protect insured depositors. It really is their award. So thank you very much. It's been wonderful joining you tonight. Thank you.